Greetings everyone and welcome back to another gaming video. In today's one I'm going to be taking a look at the PlayStation 2 Slim, which was released in 2004 as the more smaller and compact version of the original model of the PS2. And just to give you all a bit of nostalgia, here is the PS2 Slim in all of its glory with the 2 memory card slots, 2 controller ports, 2 USB ports on the front, IR receiver, open and close the disc tray, which has GTA San Andreas in it, all that good stuff around there, power, AV multi-out, digital optical out, Ethernet, but I think you kind of understand where this is going because you've probably seen the title and the thumbnail. We're not quite here to look at this PS2 Slim, no my friends. We're here to look at the new Slim 2, made by a company called, I have no idea, but it's just the new Slim 2. And the box is terribly printed, like that is just a very low quality JPEG that they've put on there, as well as the console itself, which we'll have a look at soon. But we have 14 built-in games: Super Mario, FIFA Soccer 2000, Olympic 2000, Duck Hunt, Galaxian, Clay Shotting, Long Jump, Archery, Triple Jump, Skeet Shooting, they got that one right, High Jump, Hurdles, 100 meters, and Javelin Throw, so very Olympic based. And there's also not two players, just 2. It is mimicking the original PS2 Slim box, except this one's been sitting in the sun for quite a while. And how I actually came to have this in my possession, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace and I found this listed for $6 whole. It was actually an op shop that was listing all their good stuff on there for people to see and come to the shop and purchase. And yeah, I paid a whole $6 for it. It says Mark on there, but that's not me, I'm not Mark. But anyways, the back of the box, new Slim 2 NS 200-507, most advanced entertainment system. Yes, it is. More options give you more ways to play with lots of controller options and the most sophisticated sharpshooter ever designed, and lets you team your 8-bit system with high technology to tap into the cutting edge of video games. If that doesn't sell you on this, then I don't know what will. More games gives you hundreds of 8-bit hits, from realistic sports play to high action adventures, from classic arcade hits to major movie titles, and much more. You heard it here, folks. Much more. I'm not entirely sure of when this model actually came out. I'd say it probably would have been around 2004, 2005. The logo up there is the new Slim, I guess. It's not made by Gamestation. It's NS. More excitement. It's been building ever since we first introduced 8-bit in 1983, but anyways, and it's better than ever. Ultra challenging gameplay, incredible arcade quality, and digitized color graphics, spectacular digital sound with real voices, plus stereo music with a built-in synthesizer. That's fair. And the pictures show Paul from Tekken, some sort of driving racing game, some sort of probably another Tekken screenshot, a guy ducking because a guy's gonna punch him for stepping on his hat, cartoon dude shooting people, and then the accessories. We have a controller, AV, power brick, a light gun, which doesn't look like that unfortunately. That would have been cool to get. And we get a stand. Well, we don't get a stand because there's no stand in this box. On the sides as well, we just have new Slim 2, as well as the logo and 2 once again. But it's probably better if I show you all the actual console itself. Alrighty. In this very unorganized looking mess that you see in front of you is the new Slim 2 contents. First thing you get is a controller, which the cable is less than 1 meter long, so you'd have to sit right on top of the console in order to get a great gaming experience. The controller looks like a standard PlayStation 1 controller, very cheap plastic like on the GS5, which if you haven't seen the GS5 video, I'll cut it up the top here, so feel free to check that one out because that's a bootleg PS5 if you want to call it that. Buttons feel pretty terrible. The face buttons don't feel too bad, the D-pad's pretty horrible. Nothing printed on the back, and it uses the standard 9-pin connection. The second controller is exactly the same. No shoulder buttons either, just very basic. We get an AV cable that has remnants of the polystyrene box kind of stuck to it, which is fine. A power adapter, which is just a standard 9 volt, 500 milliamps, 220 to 240 volt, and I have plugged this in and used this. It does work, but it's very lightweight. Probably shouldn't have used that, but that's okay. We get the light gun, which once again, the cable is less than 1 meter long. It honestly doesn't look too bad until you're actually holding this. It feels incredibly light. There's nothing to it, and it's also missing a chunk of plastic there. And I can also let you know that this doesn't work. The click's satisfying though. Bit of plastic in there for the reflections, but yeah, I tried this on my CRT and no, it just doesn't want to work, unfortunately. You're not missing much anyways. And then the console itself looks a little something like this. And as you can see, it's basically looking like the PS2 Slim, except it weighs absolutely nothing at all. Just as a quick comparison, it's not quite the same size, but they've got pretty much all the details correct for the most part anyways. So I would say the original release date would be in 2005 for this one, I'd say. But yeah, no memory card slots obviously, two 9-pin controller ports, ventilation for the tiny motherboard that's going to be inside of this. Open the disc tray, we'll get to that. Reset button, power on and off. Same holes for a stand, that unfortunately wasn't included. On the back we get AV and power in. However, you'd think that maybe you'd get stereo sound with this, but you don't. It only outputs in mono, so nothing I can really do too much about that. Also, if you can hear birds chirping in the background, I'm sorry, I'm recording in my kitchen. On the other side, nothing too much there, and on the bottom looks nothing like it, except for the little ridged area there. But the disc tray mechanism is the best by far, because, you know, you just do that, it opens up. On this one, you just press. Oh, that's right, it's broken. Well, it kind of works. It just comes off. We have a cartridge slot for all your favorite Famicom games, and I've got a couple that I want to test on this to see if they work, which I've already filmed gameplay at this point in time, and I will warn everyone now, when it comes to the gameplay footage, I recorded it with my camera pointing at my CRT, and there's a lot of flickering going on, so if you do suffer from epilepsy or have any light sensitivity, that basically goes through the whole entire gameplay, so you might want to avoid that or just have it in the background or something like that. Yeah, there's not much to it, it's just all incredibly cheap plastic, and something just fell out of it. I'm sure this is important. Oh, that's just to hide the innards. I'll just put that there and pretend that was never there. Okay, well, I think that's everything I need to show at this point in time. Let me show you the gameplay footage of this and show you the inbuilt games, as well as some other cartridges that I have lying around. Once you've seen the gameplay, I'll tear this down, get a good look at what's inside of it, but enjoy what you're about to see. Okay, so I've set up the Slim II, and I've got my CRT set up in the lounge room, so I can actually test the light gun with certain games, but instead of it actually being the 14-in-1 that it says on the box, it's actually 9,999,999 in one, but it repeats after 16 games, does it? So we've got Super Mario, FIFA Soccer 2000, Olympic 2000, Duck Hunt, Galaxian, Clay Shoot, Long Jump, Archery, Triple Jump, Skeet Shooting, High Jump Hurdles, 100-meter Dash, Javelin Throw, Fancy Mario, okay, Moon Mario, Super Mario GIB, FIFA Soccer 2000 FUV, Olympic 2000 HDE, Duck Hunt TYC, Super Mario 38, yeah, it's just gonna... Just making sure. You know, they're all the same, okay. I'm not only going to be testing the games that are actually built onto this, I have an 84-in-1 cartridge, then I have another 84-in-1 cartridge, then I have some random, how many games in one? 7-in-1 cartridge, then I have the original Tetris on this, and then I also have the original Super Mario Brothers for Famicom. They're all Famicom games, but we'll see how they work because it's got a cartridge slot, so let's start with Super Mario then. Okay, the buttons are pretty terrible, well the controllers in itself are pretty terrible. Also, I'm very sorry for the flickering. I tried to have a capture card set up, but it just wasn't working. It works with every other console, just not this one, so I've got no clue what's wrong with it. I've tried different AV cables and all that sort of thing, it just doesn't want to work. You can play it if you want to on your PlayStation 2 that you thought you were going to get for Christmas. FIFA Soccer 2000 is just soccer by 2001 BBG. Now, I have not the slightest idea about soccer, so I'm just going to agree. Who am I? What do I do? Did you see that ludicrous display last night? The thing with Arsenal is they always just try to walk it in. That's as much as I know about the sport. I've just changed my setup a little bit. Hopefully this looks a little better. Olympic 2000 is track and field. Okay. Good luck. Thank you. Alright, let's rock and roll. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I lost. At least I tried. Alright, Duck Hunt. Time for the gun. Oh, he got away. I can do this. I've got this. Okay, maybe it just doesn't want to work. No. So I don't think we're going to get anywhere with light gun games, because, yeah, no, that's just not working. It was worth a try, though. Galaxian is going to be Galaxian. I'll just hold turbo on the controller and, yep. But so far, I mean, gameplay-wise for the games, they run fairly well. They're just NES games, they can't really lag, can they? Apart from Super Mario Bros., it's always really iffy on different hardware. We've got Clay Shoot next, which needs a light gun. I'll just try it again. Yeah, no. Moving on, we have Long Jump, which is track and field again. I'll just hold turbo again. Whee! Nice. Archery, more stuff that I have no idea what I'm doing, so I guess I'll just press start and hope for the best. Yep. Did I get it? Oh, nice. Triple jump, which is just track and field once again. Go, mate, go, 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 go. Oh, I didn't jump. That's helpful. Skeet shooting, track and field once again. No idea what I'm doing, but okay. High jump. They really did call this Olympic for a reason, didn't they? It's all just Olympic games. And Super Mario Brothers. That was fun. Hurdles. Oh, I remember playing hurdles in school. Couldn't ever do them. Well, I guess I failed. 100-meter dash is going to be the 100-meter dash. Once again, yep. Obviously, javelin throw is going to be part of the Olympic thing. But what's Fancy Mario? Go on. Oh, Fancy Mario is just Super Mario Brothers, but slightly fancy? Oh, no, you... What the hell? You did see that, right? Yeah. Huh. Things aren't what they seem to be. This is kind of unique, I suppose. Hey, I'll take that. Basically a glitch version of Super Mario Bros. So I'm guessing that Moon Mario would be another ROM hack, I'd say. It's, yeah, or where it starts to duplicate. Yeah, there's no differences with this. Well, now here comes the fun part. Let's try the cartridges on this to see if they actually work. There we go. That's it. Good old Tetris. Yep, that's Tetris, even though it's slightly glitched up, probably because the cartridge slot hasn't been used in 27 years. Alright, so the original Super Mario Bros. On Famicom, on clone hardware. Okay, looks good. Let's just see how cursed it is then. Oh, okay. It runs about the same. So this is the original speed of Super Mario Bros., which on the new Slim 2 ran pretty much exactly the same. So that's interesting. Yeah, I'd say something's really iffy with the cartridge slot then. Okay, let's move on to the 7-in-1 game. Nope. It's just decided to break on me. Oh, never mind. No, it's fine. There we go. That didn't work, did it? Okay, so the 7-in-1 game basically just sits on the cartridge slot. It doesn't actually go in properly, so that's probably not even meant for that. Oh, no, I know why. It wasn't working because the plastic broke, so let me just put it in the console like this. It should work now. Hey! Something! This will do. We have football, bounce ball, spa, Cobra of Sky, rescue cuck. Okay, bounce and surface fire. Right, let's try football first. It's a little glitchy. That's okay. Oh, okay, it's the same game. Alright, bounce ball. Ah, okay. Yeah, we're not gonna get too far with this, are we? Oh, Cobra Sky seems okay. Round 1, factory 6, left 4. It's blue! I got the blue screen of death on a Famiclone. No, there we go. Go for it, mate. Oh, we're revving up. There we go. Yeah. Whee! Rescue cuck. Okay, it actually is rescue cuck. Okay, it's just kind of a different looking version of Donkey Kong 3. Is it Donkey Kong 3? Bounce is... Oh! I know what this game's called, but I don't remember what this game's called. Yeah, no, sorry, it's out of my head. Surface Fire is... Okay. I'll just shoot a whole bunch of things. I'm a tiny little rocket thing shooting things. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Perfect. Oh, just changed colours. Okay. Well, that's kind of fun, I guess, but nothing sort of unique or bootleg-like. On that one anyways. I actually do have a PlayStation 1 looking Famiclone over in my games collection somewhere. Could always showcase that one day, if people want to see that. It looks like a PS1, but it's kind of orange and got some stuff going on with it. So there's the 84-in-1 cartridge. So just make sure that looks clean, which it kind of does. The console kind of smells like it's burning. Pretty sure that's normal. I think this cartridge is dead. Okay, that's not going to work, so I'll try the Arcade 84-in-1 AT101 cartridge and see if this works. Oh, something. Subliminal messaging. Oh, kind of got it. This is a bit of a strange one. So the cartridge slot works, but if I push the cartridge while it's in, it's fixed. If I let go of it, it's not fixed. So in order to get that working, I'm just going to turn the console upside down, have the cartridge leaning against the carpet, and we should be good to go. That seems to work for me. Now to have a look and see if there's anything that's unique to this console. The controller now doesn't work. Okay, I seem to have possibly fixed it, so now I'm just going to have a quick look and see if there's anything that looks reasonable to test. Flappy. I believe I got this cartridge before Angry Birds and Flappy Birds were a thing, so there's probably not going to be anything like that on this. Super Mario's not on here? Really? No, it's not. Yeah, so nothing too exciting on this one, and half of the controls now don't want to work. Alright, so I've tried to get the other cartridges working. I can't get them working, but I'll try them on another console, because I have a feeling it's the console that's kind of slightly broken, or the fact that it's just extremely cheap. That's probably the reason why it's not working with anything. And the lid came off too. But otherwise, for my $6 new Slim 2, it has mostly track and field on it, and that's it. I mean, it does say that on the box, so they're not lying, I guess. But what I want to do is take this apart and just see the internals of this thing. So now's the fun part. The gameplay wasn't the fun part, that's just a bit of a bonus. It's the teardown that I really want to see, because this is built with the absolute cheapest electronics you can find in this thing. So by tearing it down, I'll get to find out how cheap it really is. Also, I'm very sorry about the flickering during the filming of the gameplay segment. I tried my best to fiddle around with camera settings to make sure it wasn't flickering as much, so I hope it wasn't too bad, although there wasn't much gameplay to show anyways. Let's take apart the controller first, because this feels almost identical to the GS5 one. The GS5 one, no, it's the GS5, but I would say they would be exactly the same. If it's worked for all these years, why change it? With all the screws removed, I can just pop it out, and sure enough, it looks basically exactly the same as the one in the GS5. 06, 03, 02. So was it made in 2006 or 2002? Probably 2002, just reused. That's the buttons there, the epoxy blob on the PCB, the contacts, which are looking a bit dirty, but at least they worked. Next up is the light gun. At least it's kind of half pulled apart, so we don't have to do terribly much there. Looks like a switch and some wires. Also, I'm not going to guess what gun model this is. I was going to say the PPK, you know, the James Bond gun. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about guns. Nothing. And lifting this off. Oh god, yep. That's basically what that is. That, well, just all fell apart, but I have a feeling that's probably why that wasn't working, because this wasn't in place properly. This bit here was not inserted into there, which could explain why the light gun wasn't working. I would say that was the issue all along. The switch does look pretty cool though. After filming, I'll go try this again and see if it actually does work. I'll splice a little note in to let you know if it actually does. It probably will. And finally, the console itself. Let's see if I can try and repair the hinge. I don't think I'll be able to repair the hinge. After this review, it's going to just sit back in its box anyway, so that's not much of a big deal. I'm guessing this will be one motherboard with some ribbons attached to it, and then the cartridge slot on another board with some wires attached to it. I would say that would be the construction of this. But I don't think there's any other things weighing it down. It would just be that, because it's very, very lightweight. Oh, here goes nothing. Oh, shit. didn't want to drag that along because I would have pulled the buttons out. That's a little less than I was expecting in there then. Once again, another good case for a Raspberry Pi, I can tell you that. It would probably just fit within here, I'd say. Oh, the cartridge slot is just hanging there like that. There's the two epoxy blobs. And this bit of plastic, yeah, that's meant to go just there, but has broken over time because of how cheap this thing is. So I'll just kind of put that back there. The two controller ports, the ribbon going along there, the buttons, the AV. Two capacitors for the power management for that to all work, but yeah, they could have used a lead weight in here to give it more weight or something. They could have done anything like that. They just stuck with the absolute cheapest of cheap, and well, here we go. Looking at that cartridge port, I'd probably say that needs a really good clean in order to get that back to a decent working order, but I have other Famiclones that do work that I can use cartridges on, so I'll probably just stick to that if I somehow wanted to play Famicom games. Okay, well, I guess I'll just stick this back together then. I'll just put the pieces inside of it that have broken off, so then I know where they are. That's probably not a smart idea in case I want to fix this. No, I'm not going to fix it. Okay, well, I think that's about it when it comes to the new Slim II. A very cheap Famiclone console that looks like a PS2 Slim that I got for $6 from an op shop. Was it worth it? I'd say the box was pretty good, and the light gun switch wasn't too bad either. I decided to just have a look at this because I purchased it several months ago, and it's just been sitting with my collection of games, and I just thought, after publishing the GS5 video, I figured may as well just pull this out, have a look at it. Famiclones have been the exact same since day one, basically. Just the same 8-bit stuff over and over again. Why they can't move to at least 16-bit is just a bit baffling, but I guess they have warehouses full of those boards with epoxy blobs on them, so just throw them into a brand new case, call it a day. But if you do want to see more Famiclones, I do have a unique one that looks like a Game Boy Advance, but it can actually hook up to a TV. And I also have a couple of other ones, but they're not that interesting. It's more the hardware itself that I want to present, not so much the gameplay, because we all know what the gameplay is going to be, unless there's unique bootleg games on them, which I'll definitely have to check. But regardless, feel free to let me know. But that's it, everyone. That's it for this. I was going to say random mini review, but it's definitely not a random mini review since it's gone way over 10 minutes. But I hope you enjoyed this midweek little video. As I said, just reviewing the GS5, I figured to have a look at this thing, and I've done so. And if you decided to stick around for the whole entire video without using the timestamps, thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. But if you had to use the timestamps, that's all good. That's why they're there. Because as I said, the gameplay section was just really iffy and flickering and just not that good. Anyways, everyone, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you did enjoy this one for what it was. As always, please take care, stay safe, and be good people. And I'll see you all in the next video, which, oh boy, I'm staring at it right now. Do you want a preview of it? This thing right here. Oh my god. I can't wait to show you this thing. But until I show you that thing, take care, and I'll see you next time. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.